Saw a cool rental team with Dialga and kind of realized I haven't used that Pokemon in a long time. So we are going to be trying out Origin Forme Dialga once again and see how well it can perform with some new partners. Origin Forme Dialga paired with Sinistcha and Ursaluna can be a very strong combination. Let's break down this team. First, we have the Dialga Origin Forme with the Adamant Crystal, the Telepathy, and the Terra Fairy. Overall, Dialga Origin Forme is a really interesting Pokemon. It does get plus 20 to special defense compared to normal Dialga, and that's pretty much it. The Adamant Crystal does give access to a bit more power in its Dragon and its Steel type moves, but otherwise, we don't really see too much. It's more of a Trick Room supporter than it is an offensive mon, but still can do a lot of damage thanks to, again, the boost from the Adamant Crystal alongside a base 150 special attack stat. It is going to be utilizing the Draco Meteor and Flash Cannon for its damage output, Trick Room to help support the rest of the team, and Dialga is more of a Trick Room mon itself, and Protect to keep itself around. With the EV spread, it's a pretty simple one. Max HP, max special attack, 4 special defense, because you are utilizing Intimidate Incineroar to help out on its weaker physical defense side. Next Pokemon we have is the Safety Goggles Incineroar with the Intimidate Terraghost as a defensive typing with Knockoff, Fake Out, Will-O-Wisp, and Parting Shot. It's a pretty standard Incineroar. There's not really too much to say. It does have some speed investment in order to speed creep some other Incineroars out there, but pretty much the Incineroar, we all know what it does. Intimidate's fantastic. Safety Goggles to help out against the powder moves, especially the spores from Amoonguss. Great support with Knockoff, being able to threaten the Calc Shadow Rider and get rid of items. Parting Shot, Fake Out Willis, just great support moves in general. Parting Shot, especially for the safe pivot into Ursaluna, ideally. And then this EV spread is just a physically defensive Incineroar with some remaining EVs, again, speed creeping other Incineroars and a bit more special defense to take on the Astral Barrages a bit better. But otherwise, I think we all know what Incineroar does. It's a great support Pokemon, helps set up the Trick Room, helps get in Ursaluna safer, and yeah, it's able to do a lot for the team. Next Pokemon we have is the Assault Vest Iron Hands with the Quark Drive ability, getting the attack booster if it does come into play, with the Terra Grass as the defensive typing. With an interesting moveset, you run Drain Punch, Wall Charge, Low Kick, okay, but there's no Fake Out. It's running Ice Punch instead to help out against Landorus, and yeah, it can actually be helpful because Dialga, Incineroar, and then Iron Hands doesn't exactly appreciate Landorus attacks, and only one ground resist on this team with no ground immunities. It might be nice to have a way to make sure you could actually hit Landorus, card it before it could actually start really wrecking shop, and you don't want to leave it on the field for too long. So you have Ice Punch as the backup there. Otherwise, the Iron Hands is min speed, so it can take advantage of the Trick Room. Pretty much near max special defense. 236 and 252 don't really change too much calcs on the Assault Vest side, while the rest is going to go into attack, so it's able to do, again, as much damage as you possibly can with its really powerful attacks, and then remainder 76 HP, 12 defense, just able to take quite a bit and dish out a lot for the team. You don't need Fake Out because you have Psychic Terrain on the Entity, as well as you have Fake Out support on the Incineroar anyway, so Fake Out not necessary on the Iron Hands as much as it would be on other teams. Next Pokemon we have is the Mental Herb Entity Female with the Psychic Surge, Terra Grass as defensive typing with Alluring Voice, Follow Me, Trick Room, Helping Hand. A pretty standard entity on hard Trick Room. It gives a matchup here with the Psychic Terrain to prevent Fake Outs from the opponent's side. Follow Me redirection, of course, is just always helpful in general for setting up a Trick Room. And having a normal type is just really nice into Shadow Rider, which is always very pleasant. And having the Entity with the Mental Herb for the taunt, specifically the Grass Terra for the Surging Strikes, as well as the Amoonguss Spore immunity. And yeah, having the Psychic Surge for the Psychic Terrain, not only for blocking priority, but helping out in reducing the damage that Miraidon could dish out immediately. Because even though you have some pretty good tools against Miraidon, especially with the Ursaluna, Miraidon can still do a ton of damage, so being able to reduce that immediately can be a very nice way so you can set up Trick Room a bit safer. Otherwise, the EV spread is just max defense, max HP, or special defense. It's a pretty standard entity with min speed, otherwise on a very committed Trick Room team. Next Pokemon we have is going to be the Sinistcha with the Rocky Helmet and Hospitality, with Matcha Gotcha, Scald, Life Dew, and Rage Powder with the Terra Water as the defensive typing. Overall, it's interesting to see Sinistcha over Amoonguss, but it definitely makes a lot of sense, I think, when you look at some of the components to this team. You have Dialga Origin Forme, you have Incineroar, and you have Ursaluna. Those are pretty main 3 staples, and you want to make sure that you're able to actually, one, have a safe switch into Urshifu Rapid Strike, one of the most common Pokemon in the format, and B, you also want to make sure that you could actually threaten it, because There are safety goggles ones for the Amoonguss variants, and then there's Terra Grass ones as well, although a bit rare. So having a way to force Terra Grass or just threaten it immediately is what Sinistcha does best. Matcha Gotcha, a spread grass type move that heals and has a chance to burn. Really a nice way to help out against it. Rocky Helmet makes surging strikes a bit easier to resist, and then just be able to chip away at that Urshifu and put it in range, break any focus ashes is really helpful. Life Dew just gives some recovery, especially with Hospitality. You have bulky Pokemon like Ursaluna, which does take chip damage, and Dialga, which is going to want that recovery. So having the Life Dew and Hospitality combo is really nice, and Rage Powder for redirection just in case. And then Scald as well, which is an interesting move. I would think you would see Trick Room, but I guess Scald can help out, just get more chip damage into Pokemon like Incineroar. A way to hit Landorus, Incarnate, and other ground types can be useful. So just having Scald as a way to be able to hit those Pokemon otherwise. And the EV spread, a really physically defensive Sinistcha with pretty much just a lot of physical defense across the board, max HP, and then a bit remainder in special defense, still, so it could still take special attacks decently well across the board. Final Pokemon we have, the one that pairs really well with the Dialga, and what we're going to take advantage of is the Ursaluna with the Flame Orb and the Guts. Terra Ghost is defensive typing to help out against fighting type immunities, as well as the way to prevent Fake Out from affecting the Ursaluna from sweeping under Trick Room. You're able to go for a lot of damage with a classic Facade, Headlong Rush, Earthquake, and Protect. Earthquake is really nice with the Dialga Origin Forme pairing because it is, of course, a way to have a spread ground type attack, while Dialga is immune thanks to his telepathy. So it's just able to be a really strong combo with Earthquake plus a Flash Cannon, Earthquake plus Draco Meteor, able to threaten a lot. Otherwise, Facade, Headlong Rush are really strong attacks, especially with the Guts boost. You're running pretty much just max HP and max attack on the Ursaluna, and then the remainder in special defense. And Ursaluna is just a really good wall breaker, able to help out, dish out so much damage from Miraidon into Pokemon. I like the Calyx Shadow Rider. It's really good against, and just does so much damage with the Guts Facade. Immune to the spores from the Amoonguss if you do have the Guts activated with the Flame Orb. Just a great mon that could really sweep under Trick Room. It pairs well with the Dialga Origin Forme. Overall, with this team, the main idea is to try to sweep under Trick Room. You do have the Dialga Origin Forme to set up the Trick Room. You have Incineroar that can help support it with Sinistcha, and Hospitality can be very nice if they're stalling away Trick Room turns. You could get in that Hospitality, get in the Life Dew, have the redirection, so you can set up another Trick Room potentially. Ursaluna, of course, just the main sweeper of the team. Iron Hands can be another sweeper if it is good into certain matchups. And then Entity with redirection and psychic terrain to help reduce the Miraidon damage output, get rid of any grassy terrain that could affect the Ursaluna earthquakes and more. It's just a really strong combo that really just relies on Ursaluna and Dialga Origin Forme sweeping. I do want to make a few notes to the team. They are running some speed stats that may speed tie, so if you do want to rebuild or recreate the team, I highly recommend not having like Iron Hands and Ursaluna speed tie, because that has actually been a factor into one of my test games from the team. But yeah, otherwise I am recording this video a bit sick, so I do apologize for any commentary or any mistakes playing. Otherwise, it's been a tough week. If you'd like to check out the details of the team and the creator, they'll be linked in the description down below. Miraidon, Whimsicott, Ogerpon, Heartflame, Urshifu, Iron Hands, Ferrigaf. Okay, pretty classic team. What do I want to go here? Ursaluna's pretty good. Might bring Indy. I guess terrain control is kind of nice. I think I would probably want to just lead the Dialga straight up with... I might bring Sinistcha. It's just kind of nice for redirection. It's not necessary though. It's good into the Urshifu, which I do have struggles against though. Is this a no Incineroar angle? I guess it could be, and that could be fine. Although I would really like to get the free pivot. I think I will lead Ursaluna plus the Dialga. It's a weird lead, but I think it can work. I think Entity and Sinistcha back. Because if they lead something like Miraidon plus Urshifu, I could definitely punish with a Sinistcha switch. If they decide, hey, I'm going to go for a Farigiraf lead, I think getting into Ursaluna so it could get the free burn would be kind of nice. All right, they lead Giraffe plus Miraidon, which is not too surprising to me. Okay, as I do lead Dialga plus Ursaluna. I think I'm just gonna double protect to get my Flame Orb active. Because I want to see if they are willing to tear the Miraidon or not on a Draco Meteor Flash Cannon. So I'm just going to double protect here because I don't have any downsides here. I guess they could get a free switch, but even if they get a free switch, that means they're usually losing their Electric Seed on the Giraffe, which is a pretty big deal because that means they won't be able to live Facade later in the game. So I will just go for a double protect the Scout, get that Flame Orb active, and then once we had that Flame Orb active, if we could get Trick Room up, we don't have to play as passive. So I'm kind of curious on... Okay, they do Terra, which is good to know. If they Terra Fairy, I could always just hard switch into... I could always just Flash Cannon too. Yeah, Terra Fairy. Okay, beautiful. And we protect Dialga and we protect our Ursaluna. This should be help. If they go for Dazzle, this is fine too. I just go Entity and click Flash Cannon. They did lock into Dazzle. Okay, good to know. What's Giraffe going for? There's no way you Trick Room here, do you? If you Trick Room, that's amazing for me. You should not have triggered. Headlong Rush is coming to Miraidon's way, and I'm pretty sure it Okos. They wanted to reverse Trick Room. They thought I was gonna probably like... Maybe they thought I was gonna just Trick Room with Dialga and protect Ursaluna, then they could still threaten with Helping Hand, Dazzling Gleam the next turn. But nope, that is not what happened. We just go for Flash Cannon, and we go for a Headlong Rush. I don't see a reason not to Headlong Rush. They don't have a switch. Yeah, they gambled it all on turn 1. I think you can come back from that by reversing Trigger with Saki, but it's still a pretty bad position. All right, we have Tatsugiri, Chiyu with Dragonite, Gundozo, Miraidon, and Golden Go. All right. I think that this match was probably okay. Yeah, I don't need Entity in this matchup. Iron Hands, it could do work. I don't really need it. I think I just go with the Incineroar plus Dialga, which is pretty safe. Have Ursaluna and Sinistcha in the back. Sinistcha's actually really good into Dundozo. So I'm pretty okay with the trades here. Yeah, no, I think I'm in a pretty... I mean, this is a pretty decent matchup just because Dialga is so bulky and they don't have a great way of breaking through Dialga. If this is the team that got top 8 at Worlds down to the exact builds of Focus Ash Chiyu, I think it's Choice Scarf Tatsugiri, Choice Band Dragonite, Choice Specs Golden Go, leftover standard attacking Dundozo, and then a Solvus Miraidon. I should have a pretty good advantage, I think. So let's see what we could bring here, because Incineroar, Dialga get intimidated off into Dundozo. They deleted Fake Out Pressure across the board. They don't really have a good way of breaking through Dialga. Like, Dialga just always absorbs one hit, gets Trick Room up, and there's nothing they can do about it. I don't think they have Taunt on Chiyu or Tatsugiri, and Golden Go can't trick the Dialga's item away and giving the Choice Specs being locked into Trick Room. So it's pretty tough for them. And that is a good thing for me. So I wonder if they timed out, because it did not look pretty for them timer wise. Let's see. I'm hoping we could set up a great position for Dialga and Ursaluna, and Sinistcha could also put in a good amount of work here. So we'll find out. What are you leading? Lead is going to be really important. Going to be the Dragonite and the Miraidon. Sure. Against the Dialga and the Incineroar. We're going to see the ability activate on the Miraidon and get intimidated off. Should be multi-skill Dragonite unless they change it. Yep. Cool. I think I could just protect my Dialga, and I think I could just go for a parting shot. I'm going to target down the Miraidon. There's a chance they go for Draco Meteor, Stomping Tantrum, double up into my Dialga turn 1. If they go for the electric move, it's not Specs Miraidon. I don't know if Incineroar will live it. I guess we'll find out. But I'm hoping they're going to try to focus down the Dialga and try to prevent Trick Room up. I guess I could fake out to be really safe. I could fake out the Miraidon, just Trick Room. I don't know. That does seem like it gives them opportunities. So I'm not sure if they would read that either. Like I could have just faked out Trick Roomed. Yeah, they did try to read that. So I do get to parting shot here, which is nice. Whatever's coming in. Oh, that's Golden Go coming in. Okay, that's a bit awkward. I don't think Shadow Ball Stomping Tantrum will pick up the knockout in the Dialga, though. Dialga has really good bulk. Oh, they outraged. And they got to target my Incineroar, so that's unfortunate. All right. Unlucky. I will go for Trick Room now, and no Dondozo mode, so this makes it easier for me. I don't think Outrage Shadow Ball is getting me either. So I'll just go for a Will-O-Wisp. No, I want a parting shot to Dialga. Or not to Dialga, the Dragonite. Because I always want the free switch into my Ursaluna. So they're locked into Outrage. I could Terra Fairy, but it makes no sense in to Make It Rain. I don't think they ever click Make It Rain here, but I don't think I should ever Terra. Shadow Ball should not be doing that much. Thunderbolt in Electric Terrain? I don't know why you lock in a Thunderbolt. I have a Ursaluna, but okay. As they go for Outrage. Into the Dialga, sure. Huh. Alright, I got Trick Room up. Kind of fine with this realistically. I just go out into Ursaluna, I click Earthquake and Draco Meteor, and I don't really see what the response is because they don't have a switch into Earthquake. So I'm just gonna Earthquake Draco Meteor. I don't see a problem with that. I have Telepathy on the Dialga, so I don't have to worry about the Dialga being... I don't have to worry about the Dialga protecting or anything, so I could just fire off attacks. And I don't see what their response is. The Golden Go Thunderbolt should confirm it's the Specs variant. They have a Miraidon in the back, and I have no idea what the remainder is. I'm about to get my free Flame Orb, and then if they... I guess, like, the thing is, if the Dragonite doesn't Terra, it's multi-scale. And multi-scale Dragonite might live a Draco Meteor from Dialga. It might. Yeah, it might. Let's see. Okay. Golden Go retreats. Whatever coming in is taking an Earthquake, so not appreciated. Chiyu, yeah. That's fine. Are you going to tear the Dragonite or not? Wait, but with the Beads of Ruin, because you're surviving this Earthquake because you got Focus Sash, I'm pretty sure Draco Meteor is definitely KOing the Dragonite, right? You also have to hit through the Confusion as well, because you're not guaranteed to get this attack off, so we'll find out. A Draco Meteor does connect on the Dragonite. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. We get a knockout on the Dragonite, and yeah, I don't know the response now. I'm pretty sure I just click Facade and Flash Cannon and I win. Yeah, because they don't have Protects. The Miraidon going to come out. I just click Facade. If they want to switch into Golden Go, sure, but then I just get a free Earthquake and they haven't Terra it. So yeah, I have 3 turns of this Trick Room to maneuver. Yeah, so without Protects, not looking good for them. As we Flash Cannon plus Facade. Chiyu's the only Pokemon that has Protect remaining. They're going to Terra the Miraidon to probably avoid the Headlong Rush or Earthquake KOing, but at the same time, like Earthquake Flash Cannon might have got the knockout, but I'm pretty sure Facade just always guarantees a knockout plus a Flash Cannon to Chiyu. Although I guess the Miraidon's bulky, maybe? I don't know Miraidon's bulky enough to live a Facade from Ursaluna though. This Pokemon's insane. Yeah, I didn't think it was. Okay, yeah. And that is a wrap. No Dondozo just made it, I think, kind of impossible for them to really handle the Ursaluna under Trick Room. They either needed to deny Trick Room, which they didn't, or have Dondozo combination so they could get a hit off in Ursaluna. But yeah, now they just go Golden Go. I get to click Earthquake again. I get to click Flash Cannon. Earthquake's a guaranteed KO now that I have my Guts active. I could Flash Cannon. I could Headlong Rush. I mean, I'll just Earthquake anyway because it doesn't change anything. Also, on the off chance, well, we already confirmed it was Focus Sash on Chi, so it can't be Focus Sash Golden Go, I suppose. But Ursaluna will get the final KO of this game. Yep. Easy. And yeah, that's kind of the thing about the Dondozo team on this one. It's a very offensive build. Trickery is really bad for them. And if you get in a bad spot, you don't have any place to really maneuver. There is a Hisui Quillfish again. For the amount of times I've seen Hisui Quillfish on ladder in Master Ball tier, that would be the second time in rank G. Which, if I had if I got a nickel for each one, well, it's 10 cents, so who cares? But all right, Dondozo, Tatsugiri, Urshifu, Calyx, Shadow Rider, Inity, Hisui, and Quillfish. Lead-wise, this is kind of weird. I do like Incineroar a lot. I don't know if it's Imprisoned Entity. That's my one question. Are you Imprisoned Entity? I want to lead probably the Dialga. I think Dialga plus Incineroar is great. I think I can't afford to bring Entity because I need the Tatsugiri mode if I want to beat the Dozo. Yeah. The Dozo mode is going to be a bit hard to break through. I don't know if we're going to see the Quillfish. I kind of doubt it, but I think we're just going to see Shadow Rider Entity with Dondozo Fury. That would be my guess, but we'll see. My idea is the parting shot immediately. Dondozo Quillfish. What is this lead, man? All right, we get the Dialga lead with Incineroar. I don't know what to expect here. Intimidate, sure. Is this like the poisons Quillfish? I don't know. I'm just gonna fake out the Quillfish, I suppose, and I'm just gonna trick room. And those are protects. Okay, wait. This is making me suspicious. All right, I gotta fake out off of the Quillfish. If I burn the Dondozo, I'm in a good spot, right? I think so. Unless I could go for knockout Draco and take the KO. I speed tie with the Incineroar. Why do I have to speed tie? If I was like 1 point slower, I could just knock out Draco to Quillfish. I'm just gonna Willow the Dondozo, I guess, and I'm just gonna... I don't think Draco will be their KOs. I think I'd rather Flash Cannon. Body press is fine. I tank it. I get the Will-O-Wisp off. That's massive. That is really massive. Okay. Flash Cannon going to come out into the Quillfish. That's a good amount of damage, actually. Toxic Spikes, yeah. So this is what I expected. Okay. That is fine. I'm just going to go for knockoff into the Dondozo. Get rid of its leftovers. Guess I've got a Flash Cannon and a Quillfish. Okay, they stay in, which is nice. Body press just doesn't do any damage. So I get rid of the leftovers on the Dondozo and Flash Cannon. Yeah, they're missing the knockout. Maybe I should double the Quillfish. But I get the knockoff, getting rid of leftovers. That's kind of massive on Dondozo if they want to Toxic Stall my team. They do get a second layer of Toxic Spikes, but I think that this is actually pretty okay. Because they don't have leftovers to stall out with Dondozo. So like every bit of chip, they're just taking out. They're just going to be taking a lot. I gotta be careful though. I will go Sinistcha and just Flash Cannon. Did Quillfish do anything? Did I just Draco to Dondozo? I think I'm gonna Draco to Dondozo. I feel like Geary should switch here. You might as well preserve a resource if they have it. Bring in the Sinistcha. What's actually cool is I could instantly activate the guts on the... I can instantly activate the guts, which is actually kind of massive. We're gonna see Tatsugiri come in, which is as expected. Okay. Because if I can instant activate the guts on Ursaluna, that's massive for the Shadow Rider. All right. I'm gonna get a big Draco Meteor off, and I won't be taking that much damage. Well, I missed a Draco Meteor into Dondozo. Unfortunate. Order up for defense, but it's not doing any damage. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't really see a problem with this. I just spam Draco Meteor. I think I go for one Draco Meteor. Can I just matcha gotcha? There's no way you Terra here. Nah, actually, no. I just Rage Powder. I Rage Powder Draco Meteor into Dondozo. If they protect, that's fine. Because I could just Life Dew and Trick Room the next turn. Or I could matcha gotcha. I have like so many ways I could position the secondary Trick Room. And then once I get Ursaluna in, I think Ursaluna will just sweep the board. Because I don't see how they're beating into Dialga. Because I got the burn and got rid of your leftovers. So we're not really doing too hot with the Dondozo at the moment. I think I don't have to Rage Power, do I? I could just matcha gotcha. I'm going to matcha gotcha into a protect, actually. Stall out a turn, get a bit of recovery from the matcha gotcha, and then I Rage Powder. So Dialga doesn't take that much damage, and I could still use Dialga in the late game. They still have Terra, so that's why I'm trying to position either Force or Terra on Dondozo, which if they Terra with Dondozo, that means Shadow Rider can't Terra, which is massive. Okay, they Terra. Is this Terra Grass? Which is fine by me. All right, Terra Grass. That's fine. They're probably body pressing the Dialga. Get around Rage Powder, but this is super ideal. Yep. I could Terra if I want to with Dialga, since I'm trying to figure out like what I would even Terra otherwise. I guess it would be Dialga, right? Because I don't know what I would Terra. I'm not Terraing my Ursaluna, I think. And again, I could just spam Life Dew. Yeah, I could spam Life Dew for a bit. And then Flash Cannon to Dozo. Assuming no crit happens, I'll be in a good spot. His body press is not doing... It did okay damage, but that's nowhere near enough. I do get a Life Dew off, and then I can Flash Cannon the next turn and Life Dew again. Or Trick Room Life Dew again. Yeah, perfect. Since the Dondozo's getting stalled out with the birds, they can't stall out Trick Room reliably, which is a massive part of this plan. So I go for Life Dew again, and I go for Trick Room. And then I'll capitalize with my Ursaluna in on the final turns, which I think is what I want. Perfect. So all we had to do was position this exact moment for Ursaluna to come in and do some massive damage. His Trick Room is now up. Dialga is healthy. I can go for Flash Cannon, hard switch to Ursaluna. And then we can go for Earthquake plus Flash Cannon the next couple turns and be in pretty good position. Yeah, I can't really see how they're stopping that. So I am going to go Ursaluna in, and we're going to go for Flash Cannon into the Dondozo slot. Because I don't think they protect ever. And if they protect, it doesn't matter. The same thing is going to happen. Dondozo goes down this turn regardless. Unless it was Rest. The only thing that could have been bad was Rest Dozo, but I didn't think it was. They protected Dozo. Okay. So Flash Cannon, because they were scared of me going for, like, I guess, Matcha Gotcha to KO the Dozo. Then I get Draco Meteor off into Tatsugiri, but I get my Ursaluna in. And my Ursaluna has the guts and is ready to wreak some havoc here. The Dozo goes down. I think Earthquake Flash Cannon always gets knockouts regardless. I think I always target the Tatsugiri though in case it's Sash Tatsu. Yeah, I always go for the Tatsu slot. Quillfish coming in, which surprised me, but I'll take it. It's an Intimidate off into the Ursaluna, but I'm pretty sure they don't have a way to stop. Well, they don't have a way to stop me because I just Earthquake and Flash Cannon here. No way the Tatsu lives this. No way. I mean, you can protect Stall at the trigger turns. I guess that's what they're going for. They're probably Specs Cali, so that's probably what they're aiming for. Usually protect probably signals its focus sash on the Tatsu for me, so that is what I would expect here. Could I still lose to Specs Cali? They don't have Terra, so I don't know if Astral Barrage would KO if I get my Hospitality back. They are selling out for the poison damage too, but it shouldn't matter too much. Yeah, just go for Earthquake Flash Cannon. Also, if it is Specs Cali endgame, they can only lock into one move, right? Astral Barrage or a Psychic move. If they lock it to Astral Barrage, they can't touch the Ursaluna, so it's a good game. And if they, yeah. So I do get a Earthquake off. Flash Cannon should KO Tatsugiri. It does have good speed def, I suppose, but I mean, it's just so low on HP. I'm pretty sure it just goes down. Yeah. All right, then I just Headlong Rush Flash Cannon. I think even at -1, I should easily KO. If I miss, there's no way I think Headlong Rush Flash Cannon KOs the Cali, even if I'm -1 attack. And I just can't see this being like Citrus Berry Cali. If this Cali has Protect, so be it. It's the last star of Trick Room. But I think Headlong Rush Facade or Flash Cannon should get the KO all the way. They do have Protect, actually. Okay. They do have Protect, which is fine. Headlong Rush gonna go into the Protect. Flash Cannon. I'm pretty sure I always have a safe win con of getting in Sinistcha, clicking Trick Room. I guess like we could see 4 Protects or something in a row from the Cali, but I just don't see it happening. I'm going into Sinistcha, getting my Hospitality, gonna go for the Trick Room here. If the Cali maybe has what? I don't think Encore saves them. I don't think it does. I'm trying to think of what could even save them here. They go for Expanding Force into what was the Ursaluna. I don't even think I go down. I do go down to it, but it's fine. All right. That Life Orb? No, it's not, but I get Trick Room up again. So I could go Incineroar. I could go Ursaluna. I'll go Ursaluna since Ursaluna is already poisoned. And Headlong Rush plus Flash Cannon. They need to get 4 Protects in a row. They have to get 4 Protects in a row. Literally, that's the only way here. So we're going to go for Headlong Rush and Flash Cannon. And will they get 4 Protects in a row? That is 1 that they're guaranteed. You need 3 more. I don't think they're getting it. But if they do get it, it shows I'm one of the unluckiest Pokemon players out there. For the record. For the record. I don't know if they... I don't even think the Ursaluna will go down by the 4th poison. I don't think it goes down to 3 ticks of poison. And if it does, Incineroar just comes in... They're going to forfeit. Okay. I mean, I'll take it, of course. But I'm just surprised they didn't attempt. I'm surprised they didn't attempt to go for the 4. Because there was a world I could lose. But luckily, don't have to worry about that world, I suppose. Giratina Origin Forme with Whimsicott, Ogerpon, Cornerstone, Urshifu, the Okidogi, and Qianpao. All right. Wait. that Giratina walls my Ursaluna. Just hard walls Ursaluna. At least I can force it to Terra with Dialga, but okay. That is a bit strange here. I will lead the Dialga plus... I don't want to lead Incineroar. Or do I? Because if I lead Incineroar... You know what? I'm just going to lead Dialga plus... I'm going to lead Sinistcha, actually. I think Sinistcha's an okay lead, because if they lead Urshifu, they're getting punished. I think having Incineroar back for the Giratina, and then the Ursaluna, of course, is the last. Alright. Giratina is kind of a weird mod for this team. Because I do have Dialga, I do have Incineroar. They have an Okidogi as responses to my Dialga plus my Incineroar. So we'll see how this goes. Qianpao Okidogi, okay. Terra-wise, I don't need my Terra on anything specifically. So I think I could Terra the... I could Terra my... Sinistcha here and be fine. Yeah, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go for Trick Room. And we're gonna go for a Terra, and we're gonna go for a Rage Powder. Terra Water gonna be good defensive typing here. Drain Punch, Icicle Crash, Draw Chop will live all of those. I guess worst case is Dark type move plus Drain Punch, which they should go for realistically. Unless they're worried about the Rocky Helmet and they want to go for Crash, which is fair. Could be Spinner on this team. I feel like it should be Spinner on this team, actually, because they don't have much of a Miraidon matchup. But we will Terra Water and Rage Powder, so our Dialga is safe to get Trick Room up. Crunch, okay, so they lose the Rocky Helmet, which is massive. And I'm okay with this. Life Orb Pow, okay, it's not a knockoff. Okay. Interesting. So I do get the Trick Room up. All right. I thought I was getting knocked out there. This is a bit weird. Power Protect is a bit obvious. I think I'm going to Flash Cannon attempt to Okidogi and just Life Dew. Yep, they protect the POW. This is probably Drain Punch taking a knockout, but that's fine. Flash Cannon going to come out into the Okidogi. I say that's Assault Vest. I get a Life Dew off. Because I'm a bit worried about how I'm handling the Urshifu in the lake part of the game. Drain Punch. Ooh, they target down my Dialga. That does so much damage. Holy cow. That did so much. Alright. Gonna go for Draco Meteor, I suppose, and a Rage Powder. Maybe I should have just Rage Powdered again. Life Dew was a bit greedy, although I still am worried about Urshifu later on. We do see a switch out here, so whatever's coming in is taking a Draco Meteor. Like, I want to punish Giratina if it decided to try to switch in. Yep, exactly. That's so massive for my Ursaluna, so I'll gladly take that. We go for the Rage Powder, as here is a Draco Meteor into the Giratina. Goodbye, Giratina. Beautiful. Yep, I wanted to punish that switch so badly. Like, I knew it was going to KO POW, but if they tried to preserve POW, I was going to hard punish it. Drain Punch. Oh, I survived. Oh, yeah, because there's no sort of Ruin. Interesting. Okay. A POW coming back in again, I suppose? Yeah. This is a bit weird. I guess I can protect Life Dew here. Yeah, protect Life Dew is fine. I wonder what Terra to Okidogi is. That's what I want to figure out. They protect POW. That makes sense. I might get free recovery if they target the Dialga here again, which would be super ideal. Because Life Dew, recovery. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty nice recovery. Yeah, perfect. Okay, sweet. Does Sucker Punch KO Dialga this range? I don't know. I actually kind of doubt it. You know what? I'm just going to Flash Can. I'm going to Life Dew. The reason is because if I do get the KO into the POW with Flash Can, they won't have to sort of Ruin. Yeah. That's Cornerstone? Okay. So I get a free Flash Cannon off, which is actually kind of massive. Although I am playing without Trick... No, I will have Trick Room, actually, because there's no way the Okidogi should KO the Dialga at this range. Drain Punch. Yeah, okay. The upcoming turns are a bit scary, but it's playable. It comes down to A, what this Cornerstone moveset is, because that's going to be a pretty important factor. But I think I always just go out and Incineroar. I go to Incineroar. They are going to get +1. They are going to get +1 Okidogi. That is terrifying. But I think I should be okay. Because fake out pressure, which is the massive part. Guard dog. It should always be Drain Punch into Dialga and Power Whip into the Sinistcha or the Ivy Cudgel. Or Leech is fine too. Okay, super ideal. All right, that's really big. Drain Punch, perfect, perfect, perfect. Now I can go for Trick Room, and I should always survive the Ivy Cudgel from Cornerstone. There's only one play that could go ugly here, and that's if they switch out the Okidogi and the POW, but they switch out that slot. Don't be Ghost Terra, actually. We don't know its item technically yet. If you're Ghost Terra or your Cover Cloak, I'm in trouble. Oh, no, that's fine, actually. I don't mind them actually being upper hand. No, that actually works out huge for me because now I get the free switch into my Ursaluna. Oh yeah, no, that's fine actually. I go into Ursaluna now. I double protect, get my guts boost, and then I just did way too much, I think. So let's see if we can force a Terra out of them. Because they still have Terra, but I don't know if they have a Terra that saves them here. Because I could just Facade and Flash Cannon, and then I'm in a really good spot. They could switch out, I guess, Xianpao into Cornerstone, but even if they do that, like, I still don't see the end game because I still get Earthquakes off. There's no Terras. Okay. As we go for double protect to get the Flame Orb. They protect POW, okay. Drain Punch into Ursaluna? No, Dialga. All right. I could still lose this, actually. Yeah, I could still lose this. I think I should be fine for what it's worth right now, but it's definitely possible to lose. They should Sucker Punch plus attack with the Okidogi here. Oh, no. If they do this, they guarantee lose here. I guess they're praying that Okidogi lives in attack from Ursaluna because they're about to Terra, I imagine. Yep. But I always went for Facade Flash Cannon there because let's say you Sucker Punch into my Dialga, take the knockout. I take the knockout and the Okidogi response guaranteed. And then I'm in a good spot. Terra Dark, yeah, there's no... I do not think you're going to be Facade here at all. Yeah, you're not Iron Hands. Iron Hands, maybe. Okidogi, not so much. Now I guarantee win because now they don't have any way to win the game against my... Because they're Life Orb, they already taken Chip. I Facade Flash Cannon. Even if they get it, even if they survive the Flash Cannon somehow, because they're definitely not living the Facade. I have Sinistcha still around. I get Hospitality. I can still Rage Powder. Yeah, like the game's over. Okay. A bit of a tough maneuver because Okidogi was rough. Getting that Draco Meteor nail onto the what's it called? The Giratina was huge. And that's exactly how I thought, like, if they are going to switch, that was probably the mod. I could even have seen Urshifu, and I was paying that. I didn't think they were going to go Cornerstone, and if Xianpao stayed in, it was just going down anyway. I didn't think they had brought Wims in this matchup, so yeah, I felt pretty good about that. Felt pretty good about that, because that lets... As soon as I was able to get in Trick Room and Ursaluna was able to wreck shop. Miraidon, Ogerpon, Heartflame, Urshifu, Incineroar, Cresselia, and Sableye. Oh, I think I've seen this team. This should be a GC team, if I'm not mistaken. It's like Calm Mind Miraidon with Cover Cloak. Alright, if it's not specs, I feel like I could just go Ursaluna offensively and just dish out the damage. Yeah, I'll just lead the Dialga plus the Ursaluna immediately, and then I think in the back... Oh, I would like to bring in Incineroar for the Ogerpon, but I think I have to go Inity to slow down the Miraidon because it's going to do so much damage otherwise. And I think I bring the Sinistcha so I have a Water Urshifu answer. Because this should be like screens plus Miraidon. The idea of the team is to get the Calm Minds up. And he's going to help prevent the Ursaluna from getting affected by Encore, disabled from the Sableye. I might force the Terra from the Miraidon, which would be great if they lead something like the Sableye plus the Miraidon right off the bat. We'll find out, because I do want Inity for terrain control and Sinistcha. I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to feel the fever. I probably should not have recorded today, but yeah, I'm trying to think about some of the lines, and we'll see. We'll see. I think Iron Hands is just not a good bring in this, because even though it can tank an attack, it can't really do too much. Like, I'd rather just put all my baskets into Ursaluna, and I think that's what I have to do in this matchup. We're gonna see the Cresselia plus the Incineroar. Okay, that's fine. Versus Dialga and my Ursaluna. Okay. I just want my Ursaluna burned. I don't have an Incineroar that can pivot, which stinks here. I'm gonna go for a double protect. If they go for Trick Room, they're in a weird spot, but I don't know what the Crest moveset is. I know it's Lunar Blessing, but I don't know what the rest is. So we'll go for a double protect, because like I don't know what the setup here is for my opponent. Skill swap. Oh, to get rid of Guts. Okay. And U-turn. All right. That Crest is going to be pretty annoying to handle. All right. I don't have the best answers to it at the moment. Should I just Headlong Rush the Incineroar? Probably. I think I'm going to throw off a Flash Cannon into Cresselia, and I'm just going to Headlong Rush the Incineroar. If they go for Skill Swap again, that's fine. Because I will probably just retreat out anyway. We get a Flash Cannon off into Crest. That's actually really good damage. Wait, what? Knock off? Sure. I don't mind that. Like, getting damage on Incineroar is actually kind of nice. Like, any damage on Incineroar is actually kind of nice. All right. Unfortunately, I am worried about how I'm going to position against Miraidon, but I guess I could think about that later. I'm just going to keep going for damage into Cresselia, I suppose. They probably should Lunar Blessing here. I want to go Inity, I think, over Sinistcha, because I'm not threatened heavily with the Dialga at the current moment. If they go for a U-turn, that's fine. Gonna be Lunar Blessing, yep. And then next turn I could probably try to get Trick Room up and then go out into Ursaluna, which I think is actually a pretty reasonable play here. Flash Cannon, because I gotta keep getting the Cresselia low. Citrus Berry too. At least we proc it, but okay. U-turn. All right, that's fine. This is gonna be Miraidon coming in, I assume. Yeah. I don't think you Dragon Pulse though. I think you just go for the electric move or Calm Mind. I think Calm Mind is more likely here, realistically. I'm gonna go for Trick Room, and I'm gonna go out into my Ursaluna. It is a bit risky, but I'll definitely take the risk here. I think it's definitely worth the risk. Because if I'm not mistaken, it's not Draco Meteor, it's Dragon Pulse. And I think getting in Ursaluna and Trick Rooming is probably my best attempt at getting some offense on the board. Yep, it's Calm Minds. Super ideal. Now, what did the Cresselia do is the question. Psychic, that's fine. Okay. So we get the Trick Room up. It's still weird, but it's definitely manageable. That crest is definitely frail. Question is, am I doubling up the Miraidon? Are they going to Terra Fairy, switch to Insane? There's a lot that could go on here. I think my best place to go Sinistcha and Facade to Crest. The problem is I have no idea if they're actually going to go on the offense with the Miraidon or not. But we'll see. If they go offensive, they Terra Fairy at least. So, like, we revealed a Terra, which is kind of massive. But I don't know. This is still going to be pretty rough. I think I could probably bait them in attacking, though. We'll see. They do retreat to Cresselia. This is probably Incineroar. At least I get good damage. I'd probably pick up the knockout Incineroar. It's chipped. Oh no, because of the Lunar Blessing, it healed back more from my Headlong Rush earlier, right? Ah, they did. They did go for Terra. Okay. Almost considered Flash Canning plus Facade there. I almost risked it, but I was like, okay, maybe they save it for later. But yeah, this is not as good. Okay. Facade. Oh, just barely missing the knockout instant too. Oh wait, it's Dazzling Gleam. Oh, and it didn't KO. Hey, that's massive. Was not expecting that. Okay, I'm gonna Life Dew because if I get the Life Dew, I get to heal my Ursaluna back. Huh. Was not expecting that combination, but sure. So it's no dragon move, I guess? Alright. Protect Ursaluna. Hopefully they protect Miraidon. Nope, they went for aggressive U-turn. Okay, that could have been worse. It could have been a knockoff. They do lose the Incineroar here, which is massive. And I get a Life Dew, so I get some recovery. Okay. It's possible. Like, it is possible. Dazzling Gleam. We are losing our Sinistcha. They had Protect on Miraidon, right? I'm pretty sure they do. Dialga or Indeedee? Probably Dialga. I need the offense. Let's see what we could do. If Cresselia comes in, I think I Facade the Cresselia. Oh, wait, that is not Cresselia. That's Ogerpon, Heartflame coming in. Okay. Did I KO Ogerpon, I guess is the question with Facade? He turns a Tricker left. I kinda wish I went Indeedee now, because yeah, that's not what I anticipated. Sure. I'm gonna Facade the Ogerpon and just switch out here. I think they always follow me, or they... I don't think you should double protect, but maybe. Bring out the Indeedee, get the Psychic Surge up, so they don't have to Dazzling Gleam power. There's... Okay, this has to be double protect, right? Okay. That is fine. That's okay. That's okay. Oh man, that could have given me a very big panic attack right there. I was like, there's no way. That is such a crazy move to make. Go for Helping Hand Facade into Miraidon. It should always just be Follow Me and Calm Mind, I think. I don't Earthquake here because I need the health on Indeedee. They do Follow Me, yeah. If I KO to Ogerpon, I might have a chance. Because here's Facade. Goodbye, Ogerpon. This is not looking good. Oh, wait, they Dazzling Gleam instead. Wait. Indeedee should survive. Okay. Maybe? Oh, I need Dialga to clutch up here. I have Helping Hand, Flash Cannon on deck. Psychic from Cresselia. I don't know if it knocks out the Entity. This is going to be so close of an end game. This is really close of an end game. Because it just comes out of Dialga. Like, if Dialga gets the Flash Cannon KO into Miraidon with Helping Hand, it does, but I don't know if it will. Cresselia going to come in. All right, I guess it also depends. Do I Alluring Voice here? Because if they go for Calm Mind, I could see a world where Miraidon goes for Calm Mind, so it takes the attack better, and Cresselia fires off a Psychic or Lunar Blessing. If that happens, Alluring Voice might be my best option, actually. Actually, no, it's still better to Helping Hand in that scenario. The only way it's worse... No, I think I should Helping Hand Flash Cannon. Because I try to go for as much damage on Miraidon, they go for Gleam here. Yeah, okay, perfect. It's going to come down to Dialga. Does Dialga KO the Miraidon? If we KO the Miraidon, we're in good shape. Even if we don't, we might still be in okay shape. Wait, that's fine because you just gave Levitate to the... Yeah, you have the... Okay, interesting. What does Flash Cannon do? Not enough. Oh, it comes down to a read here, I think. Because do they go... Wait, they can't protect... Wait, no, I think I'm fine. Don't I just get a Flash Cannon off into Miraidon? Gleam. Oh, wait, the Cresselia has this ability, though. Wait, they Lunar Blessing. Wait, that works for me. Hold up. I think that works for me. Because I get a Flash Cannon KO into Miraidon. How much is Psychic doing to the Dialga through all of the... The thing is, they have Hadron Engine on the Cresselia, so they have a boost. They have a special attack boost. But they only get one of those Psychics off. And then... this is close. It depends on how much Psychics are doing and if I get a Flash Cannon Draco off. Because Flash Cannon Draco looks like it KOs. But do they Lunar Blessing to avoid the Draco KO? Did I reveal Draco in this game? I haven't yet. Interesting. Okay. Psychic. How much? Okay, yeah. 2 don't KO. Flash Cannon. I have to read Lunar Blessing. Are they going to Lunar Blessing here? If they Lunar Blessing, I Flash Cannon here. Or do I read them to go for... Look, if they Lunar Blessing, Flash Cannon is always to play. If they do anything else, Draco Meteor is to play. I think it's Flash Cannon. No! If I click Draco and hit, I win! Oh. Or if I crit, I win, but yeah. No. So close. So close. Oh, 7 Dialga. I guess I should have just went for it. I guess I could have went for Draco Meteor crit, but I thought Protect stalling out the last turn of Engine was a bit obvious, so I felt like they could Lunar Blessing on the Protect, but like, I think for how bad it was going, I think it was like a potential possible win condition. I think I brought it down really close, but it's getting the last turn wrong. Entity, Terapagos, Chi-Yu, Whimsicott, Ogerpon, Heartflame, and Iron Crown. All right. Very offensive build. Okay. Ironically, Dialga with its special defense boost should be taking these attacks just fine. I think I'm just gonna lead the Dialga Incineroar. Seems like a pretty safe lead in general. I don't know if it's Imprison Trick Room on one of these mons. That's the only concern, really. I like the Ursaluna. I don't know what the last mon is. Is it Iron Hands? I guess Iron Hands should be able to tank the attacks just fine. It's also good into switching to Chi-Yu attacks, which I kind of like having a backup to. So yeah, I'll just go with these four. Sinistcha could have definitely put in work with the Hospitality. I think Hospitality could have definitely put in more work. But I don't think I need it. Like, the goal is to try and sweep, right, with Ursaluna. So if I could set up that position, I think it's just better. I don't know what their idea is. I'd assume it's Specs Terapagos. How are they beating Incineroar, though? I don't know how they beat Incineroar. I guess it has to be like Terra Blast on the Iron Crown. Well, here's the thing. You Terra with the Terapagos most of the time. Are you going to have room for that? I don't know. I don't know. Like, it just seems very weird about how you beat Incineroar. I guess like Specs Terapagos, even without Terra, will still be able to do a ton of damage to Incineroar, but I'd probably have to watch out for random Terra Blasts. Let's see. Infinity Terapagos. Into Dialga Incineroar. Don't know. Are they... I think I just go for... I want to go for Protect Parting Shot really badly. I don't know if they're going to get rid of their own terrain. Does the NDD have Fake Out? Because they could go for like Terra, go for Fake Out and like Starstorm. They could Earth Power Imprison. There's so much that could happen here. I'm going to go for Parting Shot plus Protect, which might be a misplay. It really just depends on who I think is targeting. I'm worried more about Helping Hands, Stellar Terra, Earth Power, KOing my Dialga turn 1. Like, that's what I'm more scared of. If I lose Incineroar, at least I could go out into my Iron Hands and click Fake Out into the Terapagos and then play a mind game from there. But I do not want to get... I don't want to lose my Dialga because Dialga is so important in the matchup. So let's see what they decide to go for. All right, there's no Terra. Oh. I guess Meteor Beam makes sense too. That's bad. That's bad. Well, maybe I should have thought about that. Wait, they said trigger for me. Okay, wait, hold on. This might be fine. This might be fine. Do I guess I could go Iron Hands and click low kick into Flash Cannon. I'm going Iron Hands. I'm going to go for damage to Terapagos. If they have Protect and they go for Protect Trick Room, I guess it's kind of a mind game, but we'll see. I'm hoping that they go for the Stellar Terra. I really hope they do. We'll see. Because I'd get a low kick and a Flash Cannon. That's massive damage to Terapagos. I don't really have many outs, I think. Because I was thinking, okay, could I go Ursaluna, click Earthquake plus Draco Meteor into Entity? But without the Guts and they have the Psychic Seed boost, I don't even think that KOs. So, bad turn 1, I guess. I'm always getting the mind game wrong. All right. They're going to be a Terrace. It's going to be Protect. Thing is, I don't even think I can knock out Entity. Okay, they go for Follow Me, which is fine. So I get a low kick off into the Entity, which is damage, and Flash Cannon into the Entity as well. Pretty good. Starstorm into the Iron Hands, but why'd you crit? Why'd you crit? Without the crit, I think I was living this upcoming Helping Hand Terra Starstorm. Okay, It's really bad now. It's really bad. It might be winnable, but it's looking really bad right now. Flash cannon will break through the Terra Shell. Actually good damage. Starstorm. Ah, Redheads, why'd you get crit earlier, man? All right, we go out into our Ursaluna and put on the offense, I think. Like, it's winnable, but it's looking really bad. Chi-Yu, interesting. Actually, no, that is really interesting. Wait, I have to Trick Room. This might be winnable, I suppose. I guess I have to Draco Meteor to Terapagos and I have to Earthquake here. They gave me the Beads of Ruin. They retreat to Chi-Yu, okay. Into Whimsicott. I think I lose. Actually, no, wait, do I lose? No, I think I do. Unless I KO the Terapagos right now. If I KO the Terapagos right now, I might have a chance of winning. But I don't think Earthquake into Draco Meteor's KOing. Because the Psychic Terrain disappears, so I get Encored. Earthquake will come out. Wait, maybe Draco Meteor KOs Terapagos. Maybe. Hold up. Okay, wait, we do. Hold on. That makes this game really interesting then. This makes this game really interesting. Okay. Because getting rid of Terapagos was massive. I did not think that was KOing, but then I saw the damage. I'm like, wait, this might. Chi-Yu comes out. I think it depends on what Chi-Yu set this is, because I don't know where. I don't know if there's Sash or not. I think I always Flash Cannon the Whims and Earthquake. The worst part is if they have Protect on the Chi-Yu and the Whimsicott goes for a. Oh, Battle gonna be forfeit. They're definitely Scarf Chi-Yu then. Yeah, I think they're Scarf Chi-Yu. Or Specs, and they would lose to Earthquake there. I guess, yeah. I was thinking like, okay, if they had Protect on Chi-Yu and Encore with Whims, they could Encore my Dialga and the Draco Meteor. Although if Earthquake KOs the Whimsicott, I think I could still win the upcoming turns, but it would have been tough. Actually, no, because I'd be able to... Chi-Yu wouldn't be able to KO me without a crit, so... I don't know. I don't know how that was navigated. I think the fact that I was just able to be able to get some pretty good damage across the board and have trick. I mean, yeah, I just don't know. All right, let's go over the games. In game one, my opponent, I respect this play. It's either go home or a win it all kind of play on the turn one. It just didn't work out for my opponent. And they understood that, like, they forfeit immediately because they just pretty much lost them on, took a lot of damage, and then they were still at a really rough spot even if they get the sack and them right on in. So yeah, it just wasn't a great turn one for them, unfortunately. In game two, no Dondozo, which was pretty nice. The start wasn't as pretty because they brought the Golden Go, got the outrage target right, but at the end of the day, the Dialga just really be able to bulk through these Pokemon and able to get the Trick Room set up, which was perfect because Ursaluna next to the Dialga was able to threaten a lot, especially with that Draco Meteor KOing the Dragonite Drew multi-scale thanks to the Beads of Ruin, and then they just had no Earthquake switching after that. In game three, I can't believe I fought two Hisuian Quillfish in Reg G, the second time around even, but okay. It was some Toxic Spike stall, which I kind of thought it would be based on how they were like leading, but overall, not really too big of an impact because Dialga immune to any poisons, so I don't have to worry about that. And I was able to really utilize my Dialga well, be able to take advantage, set up another Trick Room, which was pretty massive. And then, yeah, it was just really tough for my opponent to come back afterward because I had so many resources still while being able to bully the Dondozo because it got its leftovers knocked off, it was burned. And yeah, I was able to set up really well for a Shadow Rider endgame. In game four, Okidogi is actually pretty scary, and the Giratina pretty much just walled my Ursaluna. But I did get a really nice Draco Meteor call into the Giratina in case they wanted to greed risk that, and absolutely got that play right, which was massive. Okidogi was a little bit scary. I should have probably Rage Powdered earlier instead of took the Drain Punch immediately. However, was put into a great spot afterward, getting a Trick Room up with the Dialga in the mid game, and then just being able to sweep with my Ursaluna otherwise after the second Trick Room went up. In game 5, oh man, this was way more annoying than I expected. The skill swap Cresselia actually was a factor because I couldn't exactly do as much damage as I was hoping for with my Ursaluna. Was forced to switch and lose momentum. They got to calm mine up with Miraidon, and then it just was pretty ugly. I think I played most of the turns pretty well for the most part, maybe other than the facade into the Ogerpon Spiky Shield, but otherwise I don't think it would have changed much. I was able to get a lot of damage, and it just came down to some final calls on the Cresselia, and unfortunately did not get them right. In game 6, this game was very bad start for me. Meteor Beam was something I completely forgot. Oh, that could be a factor, and I lost my Incineroar immediately, and then getting crit on my Iron Hands pretty much just allowed my Iron Hands to go down super early in the game too, which was pretty bad. The only saving grace is I was able to actually get the knockout Terapagos with my final 2 Pokemon without it getting a Terra Starstorm, so I wasted my opponent's Stellar Terra. An Earthquake Draco Meteor was a big knockout into the Terapagos, and it looked like Ursaluna and Trick Room could still be able to sweep the team with the remaining turns, fortunately. So what do we think about the Dialga Origin Forme? I thought it was actually pretty cool, especially since I think Telepathy got used more compared to the last time we used Dialga Origin when we first tested it on the Hirofumi team. But I thought like the Ursaluna plus Dialga, it's not a combo that's unique. We've seen it before actually in Reg G, but I think it's a really awesome combo where Earthquake with Telepathy with the strong Earthquake compared to the Choice Scarf one we used on the previous team is able to take more advantage of. And I think like just Incineroar Dialga is a really good combo. Of course, we've seen it before in VGC in the early formats of like Gen 7 restricted. So I think it's a really cool time to showcase. I thought Sinistcha put in a ton of work as well. So was really happy with how the team was showcased across the board. We got to utilize all the tools and it was able to put in work. If you'd like to check out the details of the team and the creator, they'll be linked in the description down below. If you'd like to try out the team, the rental code is on the screen. Hopefully it's still available by the time the video comes out. And of course, subscribe to the channel for more VGC content as always.